Okay, right, gents. In this video, we're going to construct three isometric circles on three different faces. All right. The first thing we need to do when we construct this is divide each face into 4 quadrants. So we're going to find the center markings for both depth and width and also height. Okay. So I'm going to start with using this front edge as a reference. I'm going to divide that in half. Let's have a look at how long it is. So from bottom to top, we have a total of 60. So what's half of 60? 30, right. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to run my 30-60, a line to the right and to the left. Okay? A line to the right and to the left. I'm then going to divide both of these faces, we'll call this the front view and the side view, in half. And this is a cube, and we're in the isometric. Isometrics are unique in that all faces are at a scale of 1:1. Okay? So when we divide this, I'm going to go along the bottom, left and right. Right? We're going to go 30 along the bottom to the right. We're going to go 30 along the bottom to the left. Right? And then we're going to construct lines straight up from there. Is that 30? Make sure I get this right. That didn't look like 30. Let's go back. Yeah, more or less. Okay, good. There we go. So those two faces are divided perfectly for us. And then we're going to go to the top. We're going to use those points that have come into contact with the top two edges, and we're going to then go left and right at 30 degrees at the intersecting points here, and you'll see now each quadrant has been divided into 4 separate quadrants of equal scale, but not necessarily symmetry when we talk about angles. It's resumed, right? So we've identified the 2 obtuse. Where else? We have obtuse here. Remember, I'm referencing from the midpoint of those little construction axes we've got, right? And these would then be what? Acute, correct? Look at the angle there. Look at that angle. It's acute. Right, so I'm just labeling it like this so that you can see how we work it. Now I'm going to do a construction method here, which is slightly different to what they've got. It's kind of irrelevant. I'm going to go from this point here, right? I could go from the bottom. I can go from this point, or I can go to the point vertically opposite, right? And all I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. So I'm going to join a line from that point, right, to the 2 outside points. You can use a slightly different method up there, but that's neither here nor there.
So what did you do?
Have a look. Okay? And the reason I'm doing that is to show you how my arc works. Okay? So now what I do is, have a look. I didn't actually need to draw those in, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Right? I can go now, put my compass point. I can put my compass point on this point at the top here. Right? I go across to where that axis meets the side over there. And if I swing my compass from there down, I should then meet there. At that point there. So I close off that obtuse. Does that make sense, gents? Yes, I can go do it at the top. Have a look. I can go do it at the top as well. Opposite sides. And I can go to the other side. Okay. Right, and then you can see, I'll go and draw these in so you can see the arcing. It gives you kind of like the perimeters of which where I've arced, or sort of displays the perimeters in which I've arced. Give you the sort of radar construction. You can see where my arcs are. Okay?
So you don't even have to
Always the same point. Now, we'll go, just pause for now. Okay, now we're going to go to the opposite corner. So in other words, I'm going to go to this obtuse quadrant. I'm going to go to the opposite corner, and I'm going to go arc back. Make sense? I'm going to go to the opposite corner here. And we're closing off and we are completing the obtuse quadrants. Okay? You're going to go to the top here. You're nearly done. Right? So there are all 6 obtuse quadrants have been completed. For the acute quadrants, I'm going to take a line. I'm going to go to the bottom corner over here and I'm going to draw a line straight across. So what we're going to do is a line straight through the middle of both acute quadrants. Everyone happy? A line straight through both acute quadrants. A line straight through both acute quadrants. Okay, now, gentlemen, where you see these intersecting points, in other words, I'm going to use a red pen to show you the points that we're going to, where you see an intersecting point there, those points are going to be the points we use to construct the acute arc. To finish off. So in other words, what I'm going to do here is go from that point. I'm going to go to where that ends at the axis over there. Can everyone see that? Okay, and then I'm going to swing around to join the top. Yes. So do that, and then follow on. Finish those first lines, and then. Okay.
So I can't really see them anymore. So. Sorry, sir. In like a test.
Yes.
Can you get like a different color pencil?
You can if you ask me for permission nicely. Generally, no. Okay, guys, I'll tell you what happens here. If it's hard to make out the difference between your constructions and your circles, what does that mean? Your constructions are too hard. Your constructions must be feathered. So when you draw next year, you're going to have a 0.3 mil, and you're going to have, and you're going to have a 0.5 mil. Your constructions are not just going to be 0.3, they're also going to be a light 0.3. Okay. One more to do here, one more. Okay. One more to do. Okay. Yes, it's a clutch pencil.